Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sipnewski. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. In this video, we're going to check out a new light by Godox, the SL100D.
Try time and love, try thought I could.
So it's all in the name. SL stands for studio light, 100 meaning it's a 100-watt light, and D stands for daylight. So this is a daylight balanced light, meaning that it's always going to be at 5600 degrees Kelvin. Now they do sell another version of this light, Godox SL100 Bi, and that means it's a bicolored light, meaning that you can go from 2500 degrees Kelvin all the way up. I think it goes to like 7500. I'm not sure. I don't have that light, so I'm not exactly sure. What I do know is this light is awesome, and it's only $179. In my opinion, making it the best bang for your buck budget studio light for your YouTube studio, or I mean anything else that you need to light, obviously. You know, at this point, probably everyone is familiar with Godox, and everyone knows they make a really great quality piece of gear, but for really great budget pricing. If you're looking to up your YouTube studio game, this light should be the very second thing that you get. Of course, the first thing should always be a really good microphone, but lighting comes in a very close second. I remember when I first started doing YouTube, I had those really big, ginormous softbox light setups, and they were okay, but you can't control the power of the light, so you just had to deal with how bright it was. And I'll never forget when I got my first studio light. It was the Godox SL60, probably the most popular budget studio light ever. What would be the huge difference between the Godox SL60 and the Godox SL100? So as I mentioned before, this is a 100-watt light, so it's going to be significantly brighter than your Godox SL60. And it's not that much more money than the Godox SL60. So personally, if they had this light when I was buying that light, I would have purchased this one. If you're just using it in a small studio, that SL60 is going to be fine, but you never know when you're going to expand your horizons, and maybe you decide to shoot a documentary or a short film, or you start doing real estate videos, something different. Having that light that's a better quality light and a brighter light could really end up benefiting you in the long run. And the SL100 has a few built-in effects, which the SL60 does not have. Build quality. The light, all plastic. Everything about this light is completely plastic. The yoke is plastic. Where it goes onto the light stand, plastic. Even the bones mount, everything is plastic. With the exception, of course, around the cob LED chips, there is a metal heat dispersing thing. Really, for me, it doesn't matter because it makes it a lighter package, meaning that I don't have to pull out the C-stand to get this light set up. I can put it on a regular light stand, which makes this even more budget friendly because the C-stands are significantly more expensive than a regular light stand. And I do have one of those deep parabolic soft boxes on it. It's even fine with that to be on a regular light stand. Now, when I say regular light stand, I don't mean one of those $12 newer things, a little extra heavy duty, but not $150 light stand. This light goes from 0 to 100%, and you can change the intensity by increments of 1, which is great. Some lights go by 5. I don't know why. It also has Bluetooth in it, so you can use that Godox Light app to get this to work and to control it. My hair light that's up here, that's a Godox light, and the remote control for that light works for this light as well. Moving on, we come to the power cord. This does not have power brick like some lights do. It's strictly the cord goes right into the light and then right into your electric socket. The cord itself is like 15 feet long, but it's really, really thick. And I guess because there's no power brick. I like the fact that they did make that cable extra long just in case you need to move it someplace and it's not very close to an electric outlet, because you have to power this thing through the electricity. It doesn't take batteries. In your package, you get the light. You're also going to get a reflector dish and a plastic cover that goes over the LEDs. So if you're moving it, they're going to be protected. Okay, now let's talk about specs. And this is where you're going to be able to see where it really rivals Aperture, because the specs are very similar to their budget line, but their budget line is like double the price of this light. It has a CRI of 96, so anything above 95 is a good light. And CRI stands for Color Rendering Index, meaning the quality of the light. Now I'm going to do a quick frame rate test. Sometimes when you increase the frame rate on your camera, the light looks funky, and that means it's not a very good light. So let's test this one out starting at 60 frames a second. So now I'm in their app. I'm going to hit the plus sign and add a new light. I've laid out all the great and wonderful things about this light and the fact that I would purchase it with my own money. Now let me be honest and tell you some of the things that I wish that they would change about this light. The big thing for me, the number one thing, is the noise of the fan. The fan is audible. So let me be quiet to see if the microphone will pick it up. I'd like to see a little bit of a better quality build when it comes to that Bowens mount area. If you're someone who continually takes on and off your softbox, I could see that potentially being a problem. And my last thing also has a little bit to do with that, but it doesn't come with any sort of carrying case. And it may not be a big deal for you if your light is just going to stay parked in your studio. But if you are looking to expand your horizons, maybe do a little bit of something extra, you might have to transport that light, and it would be nice to have a carrying case where I know it's going to be secure. But having said all of that, this is still a really great light for the price. I highly recommend it if you're looking for your very first studio light. And thank you to the people over at Per Gear for sending me this light and for being patient until I got it up. I thank you very much. Well, that's going to do it here for me today. I thank you so very much. Every subscriber I get, every comment, every like, it means a lot to me, and I really, really, really appreciate it. And until next time, please wear your sunblock and call your mom and dad just to say how much you love them.